Hello guys, how are you doing and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are as excited for ranked play for Black Ops 6 as I am, you guys are going to want to follow the next 5 tips that are hopefully going to get you cracked when ranked play eventually drops in Season 1. I'm not sure if it's meant to drop at the beginning of Season 1, they haven't officially announced it yet, but in Season 1 is as early as we've ever had it, so it's really good news that it is coming soon. So today, I'm hoping by the end of this video, you leave with things that you can do between now and then that you can implement into your everyday Call of Duty activity to make you a cracked gamer. The gameplay in the background is just some pubs. I've been grinding some camo challenge. I'm trying to get for the camo challenges before rank play drops, but it's quite tricky. But yeah, there's obviously I'm going to be doing a lot of guides myself. So if you want a shortcut and you don't really want to put the grind in yourself, I'm obviously going to be doing my normal guides such as spawn guides, bomb spots, gameplay breakdowns, call outs, all sort of things to hopefully speed the process up for you. The first tip we've got, and obviously the tips get better as we go through the video, so make sure you stay to the very end, of course. And the first tip we've got is play the competitive game modes. Now this might sound really obvious, but most people when the game drops, as it has now, are pretty much only probably playing Dom, Hardpoint, those sort of big respawn modes. However, realistically, when MW3 rank play drops, you're going to have Control, you're going to have Hardpoint, and you're going to have S&D as the 3 key game modes you're going to want to learn. So obviously don't just stick to the usual. If you really want to grind, obviously for camos and you want to play, you know, race to Master Prestige, that sort of thing, obviously you're going to want to try and play the game modes that are most efficient for that. But if you really are putting all your focus into getting better for ranked play when it drops, you're going to want to play all of 3 of those game modes. You don't want the first time you're playing S&D on a certain map or Control on a certain map to be when you load into ranked play, because you're just not going to be able to be as good as you could be if you had warmed up for it before ranked play does drop. So yeah, that's a real easy tip, but yeah, it's something that people often look over, and yeah, it's obviously really important because, as I say, you don't want to load into, I don't know what the maps are going to be for Control, but Control for the first time and you're like, okay, where you don't even know where the capture points are. That's obviously not what you want to happen. So make sure you are grinding all 3 game modes. That's a nice, easy tip that you guys can implement into your daily use. It doesn't have to be all the time. You just, play a couple Controls a day, and by the time rank play comes out, you're gonna, get the basic gist of it. The next one's obviously a really important tip, and it's learn the maps. Now we don't quite know yet officially what the map set is. We know what the map set is for like CMG tournaments and ELO 8s, which I'm going to get onto later. But yeah, there's 16 maps, including a couple of 3v3 face-off maps. I think there's 4 3v3 face-off maps or 3. And there's maps that definitely aren't going to be in comp, like Babylon and the one with the planes and the hangar. They're clearly not going to be in comp. So what I would do, which is what I'm going to do for all of my guys, load into private matches, have a look around, load into ranked play maps when they're announced. You don't have to do it now. When they're announced is absolutely fine. And just take a look around, see what head glitches are useful, see what jump spots you can get to weird positions and, obscure line of sight. Look for S&D bomb spots to load in S&D in a private match and say, okay, where can I see if I plant here? How far away from the bomb can I be while still being able to shoot people off it if they want to defuse? Those are going to be the things that when you load into ranked play day 1, people are going to go, oh, this guy knows what they're doing. They know what they're playing at here. And it's going to be the difference between you ranking up really quickly and you just, slowly ranking up as you would normally if you don't do these sort of things. I personally have to do it for content, but me having to do that and look through the map in all the detail is massive for my gameplay. It just means you're steps ahead of people that are loading in day 1 without doing this hard work first, and it's easy to do. You don't have to be good to do it. You don't have to be cracked at your cracked movement to do it. You simply just have to put the time aside to dedicate to being better when rank play does drop. So yeah, there's wallbang spots you can do out that you can learn. Call outs or call out videos are going to be the first ones I do, so you don't really have to pay too much attention to there. I'm going to be doing that. They're nice and easy to do, so I don't need too much grinding to do that. I just need to think of the best, most efficient ones, look at the content creators and look at the CDL teams to see what they're calling things and, sort of pick the best out of each. But yeah, load into the maps, have a play around and see what you can find. Next thing is going to be potentially the most important when you get to a certain level in ranked play, and it's improve your accuracy and movement. So first things first, that's an obvious thing, okay? But make sure you are comfy with your settings. Pick settings that you're happy with and stick to them. Don't be tweaking them around. By a week into the game, I'm not saying we're in a week into it now, but by a week into the game, you should be relatively comfy with the settings you've got. But yeah, jump into bot lobbies before you play. Even now, even without ranked play, hop in 10 minutes, 15 minutes and shoot bots and focus on being more accurate. You're probably thinking, why do I need to warm up for pubs? You don't, but actually you're warming up now so that by the time ranked play drops, you're a sharper shooter. It doesn't, you know, it just becomes second nature. How to control the recoil on this gun just becomes second nature. You can finish your movement as well a little bit. But yeah, it'll make you shoot way straighter by the time ranked play comes out because you're focusing on improving that in those bot lobbies. Grinding multiplayer pubs themselves aren't going to make you a better shooter to the level that being in a private match and specifically focusing on bettering your aim is going to do. And yeah, obviously in those private matches, you want to try and improve your movement. Don't try not to over move, try not to do too much. But yeah, just work out what's going right and what's going wrong for you, and learn from there. And the next thing, which is potentially the second most important one, is to play in the competitive rule set, almost play ranked play before ranked play comes out, because that's obviously the best way to get the maps, the callouts, accuracy and movement you can really fine tune. And the way to do that is join an ELO 8 server, play some CNG matches. There's a BPL 8, which I've been dabbling in a little bit, which is a lot of fun, which is only mainly Harpent, but they do have S&D as well. And just give them a go. It's a bit scary sometimes loading into 8s with players you don't want, but this is going to be the one thing that will set you apart from the people that haven't done it when ranked play does drop. This will put you against people who are also trying to grind, so it will be sweaty. You might not do well, but it is of all skill levels. There's a couple of Discords. I will leave it down in the description below that you can have a look at if you want to, try and find some 8 lobbies. I do try and arrange it in this Discord of my own. Sometimes it's a little bit trickier because I don't have like a proper server set up, but I'll leave that to the guys who actually know what they're doing with that server. So their links will be in the description below. But yeah, it will improve your map awareness. You're going to make mistakes in those games that you'll learn from. But by the way, by the time MW3 Black Ops 6 ranked play comes out, you'll improve your accuracy because you're shooting against people who are shooting straighter back at you. You'll improve your movement because you'll learn what to do and what not to do in those real tight situations. You'll learn callouts more quickly because you're in that sort of environment. And the biggest thing you can take from that is you'll be making mistakes then that you then won't make when ranked play drops in November, I think it's going to be, or early December. So with the addition of theatre mode in Black Ops 6, you have the ability to, if you got shit on one game, absolutely fine. Go back, watch the VOD from the theatre and go, okay, why did I die there? Was it bad shots? Was it poor positioning? Was I just unaware of them? And how could I be more aware of them next time? Or how could I improve my shots for next time? Or could I have been on a better head glitch in that spot? So those are the sort of things which are going to, if you fine tune and you watch your own VOD back, you don't have to do too much of that because obviously you want to play and you want to grind and you want to get better technically at the game. But that is going to set you apart from most, I think. And it's something that I've used to improve massively in the past. And it's an easy way to pack a punch your own ability, essentially. In ahead of ranked play for Black Ops 6. Okay, I don't know how many times I've said MW3 ranked play, but I apologise. Obviously, we're talking about Black Ops 6, hence the gameplay. So the next tip sort of ties in with this one, and this is going to be the final one. There's a little featured added one, which is a little bit of self-promo, but anyway. And it's the biggest thing for me is this is the time to make mistakes. If ranked play is your bread and butter and you really want that to be the thing you want to be good at and you're not too worried about kickoff tournaments and things like that, now is the time to make mistakes. Any mistakes you make now, you're less likely going to make those same mistakes when ranked play drops. So you want to, now is the time to make mistakes. Try rush routes in S&D to check on timings. Does it work? When do I meet them? And if you die, oh well, but next time when you load into ranked play and you've done that 100 times, you're going to know the rush spots and the ways and the timings on S&D. And you can do that on CMG, which is, again, a link I'll leave down in the description below. Try flank spots and, test yourself on maps you're not comfortable with and, just getting the timing and the competitive things and just really pushing yourself and trying to make those mistakes now so you don't make them in the future. It's going to be huge for you when Black Ops 6 ranked play does drop. Don't be scared to load into 8s because you'll be afraid to get shit on. It happens. If you get shit on now, you're less likely to get shit on in the future. And it's that simple. Playing better players makes you better. There's no point playing players of a similar skill level to you all the time. But yeah, if you're playing against better players, watch the kill cams. What are they doing differently to you? And just learn from those mistakes. But yeah, the biggest thing is don't be afraid to cock up now because you'd rather cock up now than when you load into ranked play and you're like, wow, that bloody hell have I just been shit on. So yeah, they're the 5 key tips that I'm implementing into my time before ranked play. And obviously, subscribe to the channel. That's a little bonus tip. Subscribe to the channel. There's going to be guys left, right, and centre in and ahead of the ranked play release. And it might give you some shortcuts to some of the things I mentioned today. But the main thing for me is going to be spawn guides. So obviously you want to keep up onto content with that. So yeah, I hope I've pointed out some really obvious things, but I don't know how obvious they are to everyone. They're probably obviously they might not be obvious for somebody else. But there's hopefully some things in there as well that you probably haven't thought of. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it useful, and see you in the next one. Ciao for now.
I think this is when he killed us, Tom. Oh no, it weren't.
Oh yeah. No, killed you. And only you.
Yeah, I remember that actually.
Jeez. Need a wee. 1 sec.